Hey everyone, it's Jeanette with JB's Explore and More, and this is day 10 of the Declutter Challenge for January. So please join me and let's see what we can find. My first item of the day is this book right here. Someone is actually coming to purchase it from me. They actually might be pulling up right now. This is a book by a local columnist. He's no longer with us. He was killed in a car crash. Yep, they're pulling in right now. What great timing. So this will be number 1. I'm selling it for 10 bucks. I'm going to focus on some of my travel memorabilia. I have this banker's box and it's only about a quarter full. So I'm going to convert that over to this nice plastic box that I just got at Walmart. That way I can see the contents inside and just make it more uniform for the stuff that I have down in my basement. I think it will look aesthetically more pleasing on the shelves. So here we go. Let's find out what we can declutter out of this box. And then whatever I keep, I will put in this tote. I also think I have some more travel stuff down on my bookshelf in my bedroom. So I want to get this all condensed into one container so that it will be more organized and I will know where everything is. Take a trip down memory lane here with me. Do you all save things from your travels? I mean, the pictures are the best things. Other than that, don't really probably need them, but it's one of those things. I hold on to this stuff. So I was correct. There is a travel box down here. Don't look at my cluttered mess on top. That's me being lazy and not filing photos away. But I must say, I have a lot of photos. Oh no, landslide. Goodness gracious. It's a combination of photos, cards, stickers, all kinds of stuff. Oh, good Lord. This is why I need to declutter photos more and get this situation under control. Yeah, it's a hot mess. But this says travel right here, so I'm going to pull this out and put it up on my bed so we can get this all contained into one area. Here we go. A receipt for something. I have no idea what this even is. So, number 1, declutter. Funky Biscuit. That's a bar that my husband played at. I'll keep that. This is my card from when I went on a cruise. I'll keep that. Another receipt. I'm going to get rid of this. Tiki Pool Bar. Ooh, nice. Bet that was an expensive drink. Oh, only $11 for a pina colada. Not too bad. Delete. Number 2. My international driving permit when I lived in Europe in Holland for 9 months. I had to get a driver's license for over there. And driving over there was quite an adventure. It was very different, trying to get used to all of the different rules of the road, and the signs were different, and they have kilometers instead of miles per hour. And I was driving my cousin's stick shift car, so I survived to tell the tale. This is from a drive-in theater that I went to. I love the drive-in. So I'm going to keep this. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but this is from the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum, where the bombing took place. I'm going to keep that. Tim and I went there when we were on Route 66. This is from the Legends of Rock cruise that my husband's band played on. These are little complimentary coasters. What else? This is the schedule for the cruise we were on and the different bands that I wanted to see. sometimes I get autographs on these things. So I saw Sammy Hagar, Jefferson Starship, Rick Springfield, Jeff Tate. Pretty cool. The Route 66 passport. That's probably something I will keep. Route 66 Scenic Byway magazine. This is for Illinois, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let this go because they probably have printed new ones by now. So that will be item number 3. These maps for Route 66. I'm going to keep them until I complete the whole route because I still have to do Arizona. And then after I'm done doing all of them, I will sell those as a set. Deep in the heart of Texas, a free guide to points of interest along Texas Old Route 66. Well, I don't think I really need this anymore. So that's number 4, I believe. Okay, this was National Park Service, Historical Park, New Mexico that we went to. I like to keep these things so that I remember the names of the places because if I just look at my pictures, I oftentimes do not know what the name of the place was. Another receipt, that's 5. This is a train that I rode on in South Dakota, the 1880 train, a whole little booklet about it. I don't really need the booklet. Let's see if there's anything in here. I got a stamp when I went inside the Jewel Cave. It tells all about the Black Hills Central Milepost. It's kind of cool. It's not something that I really want to just throw in the garbage though, because I think it's neat. And here's my train ticket. September 20th, 2004. Enjoy your trip aboard a real steam train while traveling in vintage cars and following a route used by prospectors, miners, and early settlers. Black Hills Central Railroad. I don't know. I have the room for it, so maybe I should just keep it. I don't know who else would appreciate it. This is a menu that I got in Chicago at the beginning of Route 66 at a restaurant called Lou Mitchell's. It was really cool, and I was so excited to go to this restaurant when I first started doing Route 66. They served you something interesting. I think it was a prune. They would put a little prune on your plate. That was different. This is a Chicago institution since 1923, Lou Mitchell's. This was, I save everything when I travel, I tell you. I went to a little restaurant on Route 66 called the Fried Pie Shop. Arbuckle Mountain, home of the original Fried Pie Shop. Okay, I'm going to let this go. So that's 6. This is all about the Munger Moss Motel on Route 66. A whole printout that tells the history and everything. I believe that they gave this to us when we were on Route 66. I almost feel like I should make a scrapbook of Route 66 with my things and, put them in there like a binder with the plastic sleeves or something like that because I am crazy about Route 66. I just think it's so interesting. I went into this Big Brutus. It was a little off the beaten path on Route 66. It was a humongous mining machine. Very, very big. Cost $8 to tour it. Height was 160 feet from the ground to the top of the boom. Wow. More information about Big Brutus. This was a gas station that I went to on Route 66 and got an autograph by the owner. One of my airplane tickets. Oh, this is when I went to Hawaii. A drink coaster from a bar that my husband's band played at in Key West, Florida. Route 66 little postcard thing here for a town called Verdun. I'm going to let this go, I guess. Talks about the blue carpet corridor in Illinois. Again, if I do a scrapbook, I might want to save this though. They were handing these out for free on a thing called the Red Carpet Corridor in Illinois on Route 66. I did it with my mom, and each town that you went to gave you one of these, so it looks like a little license plate. That was a neat idea, I thought. Very cute. What's this? Illinois State Museum. And it's a little sticker of a cassette tape. They had, I think that's when they had a rock and roll exhibit that my husband and I went to. This is a scenic railroad that I went on with my aunt in Illinois. I probably don't need this. Put that in that pile, and I'll count those all at the end so I don't have to worry about trying to keep track of the number. This is the Oklahoma City Museum that I went to with my husband, and I'm going to let this go too. It was pretty somber there, thinking about what happened. This is a postcard I bought, The Legend of Tucumcari. The two finest warriors of an Apache tribe that made their home at the mountain met in combat to determine who would succeed their dying chief. The survivor would also win the hand of the chief's daughter, Carrie. Takam, the brave, loved by Carrie, was slain by Tonopah in the battle. Overcome with grief and rage, Carrie seized her knife, killed Tonopah, and took her own life. Heartbroken at this tragic turn of events, the old chief stabbed himself, crying out as he died, Tucumcari, Tucumcari. The story is what became known as the legend of Tucumcari. I believe, yeah, that's in New Mexico. It's a mountain, Tucumcari Mountain. So that's a little folklore legend for you, little tale. Not sure if it's true or not. The Blue Swallow Motel. This was a very cool place to stay on Route 66. I loved it. I love nostalgia. Maybe I was born in the wrong decade. Maybe I should have been born in the 40s or the 50s. The Wigwam Motel. I have yet to do this, and I want to do this on our next Route 66 trip. So I'm going to save that with my Arizona map because I believe that's in Arizona. We need to get there. I also want to go to Roswell, New Mexico at some point, so I'm going to save that. These are receipts from when we went to Ireland. Why in the world do I save receipts? I don't know. Pool bar when I was on the cruise. That can go in the declutter pile. What's this? Another receipt? I don't know. I'm just going to let it go. Hard Rock Cafe. This was when we were on the cruise and on an island. I don't really need this either. I bought myself and my friend a shirt from the Hard Rock Cafe there. And then I went to a place called Chocolate World. That's where that's from. I'm having trouble. What was the name of that island? I can't remember the name. This is just a paper about my ticket for the cruise. I don't need that. Passport. This was my bus ticket for when I was in San Francisco with my mom. It's kind of cute with a little cable car on the front. More receipts. I think these are all from San Francisco. Oh gosh, this is really old. This is from when I went to Hawaii and stayed at the Maui Lu Resort. And it's the little map that tells me where our room was. I'm going to let that go. Same with this. This is from that hotel. Southernmost beach in Key West. This is a little drink coaster. I went and had a little beverage on the beach here at this hotel, and it was very fancy. Pineapple bar. And I saw an iguana walking around. I don't really need this, so I'll let this go. My Route 66 passport. Remember in a previous video, my mom had a passport to Disney World and I said that I had one to Route 66. Well, here it is. Save that. Here's a hotel that I stayed at in New Mexico called El Rancho. It was a very neat place. This is from the Ariston Cafe on Route 66 in Illinois. It's also a very nice place. The oldest house in New Mexico, De Vargas Street House. And we did visit there, my husband and I. I mean, you can kind of look these things up on the internet if you don't want to save all of the paperwork. But like I said, I think I'm going to make a scrapbook of Route 66. My mom made me this cute little travel journal. She decorated the front cover and did all of this stuff with the little tickets, passport, and the little luggage tag. I thought it was super cute. And then I just wrote entries in here from my travels. This is very recent when I went to one of those fortune teller machines in San Francisco with my mom. Adult San Francisco. This is what? Probably when we went to Alcatraz. It's not very attractive looking or anything. It doesn't have any pictures, so I'm going to let that go. Galway. This is the little Irish town that my husband and I went to in Ireland. Has a map and everything. I probably really don't need this. It's very colorful. Do you all make scrapbooks of your travels? I don't like to have big, bulky scrapbooks. These are some little odds and ends from Route 66 here. I've got like some wooden nickels and a matchbook from Munger Moss Motel and a little pin. It's a little Corvette and it says Route 66. I gave that to my dad as a souvenir, and when he passed away, my stepmom gave it back to me. There used to be a TV show called Route 66, I guess. Here's a little charm that says Route 66. Receipts from Ireland, which here are some more. So I can put these all together. I do have a little scrapbook of Route 66 right here that I was making, but it's too small for the other larger items to put in here. I've got a bunch of stickers in here and postcards and business cards. And just like odds and ends that I would collect along the way. This is the old Log Cabin Inn restaurant. April 2013 is when I was there. So I saved that. This was a rubbing that you could do on a roadside stand. You could take a piece of paper and some colored pencils and do a little rubbing. And this one is District 6 State Police Headquarters in Pontiac, Illinois. And I decorated the back with a bunch of Route 66 stickers. Okay, what do we got here? This is another receipt. I'm going to let this go. Kilkenny Castle, that's somewhere we went in Ireland. St. Patrick's Cathedral, that was Ireland. St. Canisius Cathedral, Ireland. That was when I climbed up the medieval tower, and I made a video about that. That was quite the experience. Oh, this is a rubbing that I did inside one of the old churches in Ireland, St. Patrick's Cathedral. Didn't turn out very good. So, okay, now what's in this box for travel? Oh my goodness. Well, there's the rest of my maps. So I had some of the maps in the other box and then the rest of them in here. So that didn't make any sense. Oh, this is when I went to a luau in Hawaii. And it has the whole menu on the other side, so, or the drink menu. It's kind of cool. Branson, Missouri. Tim and I went there. I did not really like Branson. Too touristy for me. Buc-ee's. Went to my first Buc-ee's on that trip. That place is humongous and very interesting. I bought 2 Branson postcards. I don't know why. Sugar Cane Train, Maui, Hawaii. And I'm going to let this receipt go. That was the Sugar Cane Train. It cost $39.48 for 2 people to go on that train. And that would have been, it says 2005 is when I was there in September. Old Lahaina Luau. Ooh, this was expensive. It cost for 2 adults $170. Wow, that was a lot of money. Lahaina Harbor, Maui. You know, I ate breakfast in Lahaina, and then that place caught on fire not too long ago, and it broke my heart because I had been there, and it was such a quaint, beautiful little town right by the water. And I just kept thinking about all of those beautiful places that burned up in that fire. Lahaina. I can't even pronounce this place. Kanapali? And Haleakala is the volcano that I went to the top of. I have the certificate right here to prove it. Haleakala National Park, House of the Sun. I survived the 37-mile drive up from sea level to the summit of Haleakala volcano. 10,023 feet, one of the greatest elevation gains and the shortest distance in the world. Stamped September 5th, 2005. But guess what happened when I drove the rental car up? I ended up getting sick from the change in elevation. Uh-oh, this little butterfly sticker is, we got these stickers when Mom and I went to the Butterfly Conservatory in Key West. This is from a gig that my husband did. The gig stuff is a little different than travel stuff. It doesn't really belong in there or in here. These are smashed pennies, I believe from Route 66 or different places, little smashed pennies. Those penny machines are pretty fun to do. Wow, I have a lot of stuff. This is kind of overwhelming. Too much stuff. Memphis. Oh, this is when I went with Mom to Graceland. Memphis, Beale Street. I don't need this. This is just too much. New Orleans postcard. I love New Orleans, and so did my mom. Route 66 tour guide. Don't really need this. Well, maybe. Again, should I keep it for, yeah, it's not really that attractive or anything. America's Byway, Route 66. See it from the beginning. I could save this and cut little things out of it, like this little sign, if I'm going to do scrapbooking of it. Maybe I should just write a book. When I retire, I could do the whole route again and then write a book, or do a whole video series, better yet. Definitely. That would be awesome. Well, this is quite an extensive map. The thing is, if I go back on the route, I'm sure I'll get all new things. I'm going to let this go. It's about that little pie shop I went to, the Museum of Transportation. I went there. The Wagon Wheel Motel, Route 66 State Park. Most of the stuff in here is Route 66. Most of it. All of the, not this. That's from the Oklahoma City Museum. But just all of these brochures of Route 66, Route 66. Route 66, Shamrock, Texas. Elk City, Oklahoma. Moonrise Hotel. Oh, this was so cool. We went to this place for my birthday because I love moons. So Tim and I went to the Moonrise Hotel, and it was it in Illinois or Missouri? I can't remember. I think it was in Illinois. And boy, oh boy, we sat at a bar on the rooftop, and it had this gigantic full moon. It was like this big light that rotated on the roof, and our room had all this moon decor in it. Oh man. Oh, it's in St. Louis. Because here's a little piece of stationery from the room that I kept. See why I keep these things? So I know what I did. This is a ticket to a laser light show, so that doesn't really belong in here. Okay. Observation Tower. The Strat. That's in Las Vegas. The Stratosphere. Really tall tower. We went to see the Mark Twain Boyhood Home in Hannibal, Missouri. That's what that was. And we rode on the Mark Twain riverboat. Old movie theater gift certificates for $5, and they expired in 2003. I'm going to see if my friend, who is the general manager of the movie theater, wants these. I no longer want those. I used to work at the movie theater, an old-fashioned one, when I was about 17, one of the really cool ones. This is a friend of ours who does custom framing, but I don't need this. Six Flags. The St. Louis Arch. Happy Independence Day. I thought that was just so cool. The picture of this hot rod car, and because it's a Mustang, but somebody sent it to me. It was from a car dealership, but I'm going to let this go. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I used to work at an old-fashioned movie theater that was built in like the 30s or the 40s. You know, the old one-room movie theaters with the beautiful marquees and the huge movie theater with the nice velvet-like seats, and I loved it. But then they ended up tearing it down to make room for a shopping complex. Boo, boo. These were the key cards to get into the Moonrise Hotel rooms. Look at how cool that is. Salt and Smoke. Oh, this was the restaurant we went to eat at for my birthday when we were staying in St. Louis. Becky Thatcher. Why do I have this? These are like from the Mark Twain. Huck Finn, Jim, and Tom Sawyer. I have no idea why I have these. Okay. They're cute, but I don't think I need those. A little guitar pick from an exhibit we went to at the museum when they had, it was called The State of Sound, a World of Music from Illinois. That was really cool. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas. Does anyone buy postcards? Because I don't really want this. I could put them in like with a bunch of cards or something. Try to sell them at my mom's garage sale. Four Queens Hotel and Casino. This is when I was playing Keno. Maui Ocean Center. I don't really want that. I'm still keeping a lot of stuff here. Gray Line Las Vegas. Nope, don't need that. Luxor Hotel and Casino, the Titanic exhibit. Crazy Horse Paris Cabaret. Yeah, I went to a cabaret when I was in Vegas. Muir Woods. The Gardens of Alcatraz. I don't really need that. The Bronze Fonz in Milwaukee. I got to see Fonzie from the Happy Days. They have a statue of him in Milwaukee. Alcatraz visitor info. Seriously, why am I saving all of this stuff? Oh my word. It's kind of overwhelming. Golden Gate Park. Map and guide to Golden Gate Park when I was in San Francisco. Monuments cost $2.95 for this map. I didn't even know I had it. Tells all about it and have some cool drawings at the bottom, almost like a comic strip. Gondola ride. Where was this? Venetian Hotel and Grand Canal. I don't remember this at all. Oh, the boat. It was a little boat that goes through the hotel. I do remember that. I've done some really unique things. And see, these little things jar my memory. The Garden of Eden Get Naked Clothing Optional Bar. This was a bar in Key West, and no, I did not go inside. Was not that brave. So yeah, there's still a lot to go through in here, and this video is probably getting a little long. There's a pencil that I got from the Grand Turk and Caicos Islands when I went on a cruise. Super cute. Let's go ahead and do a count right now, and then I'm going to go through the rest of this stuff on my own. This is how much is left in here. Don't want to bore you all, but I kind of like doing show and tell stuff like this. Let me know if you like it, because when I pick up something, I like to tell the story behind it. Some are more interesting than others, I know, but I think it's kind of fun. But of course, these are my memories. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 items. And if you count these that I'm giving my friend, 32, 33. And this, 34. So I'm going to go throw these in the recycling right now. 34 items. It's better than nothing, I guess. It's a start. It's hard for me to let go of this stuff. I'm going to probably go through it a second and third time and try to get more strict with myself and let some more go. But first run through, I guess, is the hardest. Okay, I have all the travel stuff put in this tote. I'm going to get rid of this banker's box that it was in before. And then I'm going to use this box for these excess photos that I had down here that were falling all over the place. Pictures, pictures. This is a card I was going to give to my aunt for her birthday. It's coming up, actually. Command strips. Okay. That's a picture I need to give to my cousin. Her father is in this picture right there in the center. My mom's cousin. Her father, he died in a car wreck in his 30s. Unfortunately, that was my grandma's brother. Okay, so this is going to be a lot nicer and neater. No, I don't have the clutter on top of those. Yay! Thank you so much for watching JB's Exploring More, and we'll see you next time.